Hey guys, right, so in my last video I was talking about getting the throttle body off, and I needed a longer screwdriver. Well, I went and managed to get a longer screwdriver. It's down there somewhere. Don't know if you can see it, don't know if I can see it. Anyway, I got a longer screwdriver and I got the clamps, these things on the rubbers, which are these. Got them slackened off a bit and I managed to get the throttle body up. As you can see, what I did was I got a pair of tyre levers, aluminium tyre levers, and I just very gently just put the tyre lever over the top of the motor, like there and there, just really gently so as not to crack anything or damage anything or what have you, and just got the end of the tyre levers under these bits here and just kind of just lifted it up just really gently, and it came off quite easily actually. Wasn't terribly difficult. It's really terribly dirty down in there. I'm going to have to give it all a bit of a clean up, I think. What I've done is I've got some blue J cloth and torn it into quarters, same as I did for the top of the throttle body, and I've soaked it under the tap in cold water, and then I've just torn it into and tore it into four first, and then soaked it and scrumpled it up and stuffed those in there. And obviously that stops debris from getting down into the engine, because obviously when it's as dirty as this, if I'm working here, I could very easily knock a little bit of dirt or grit down into the engine, and obviously that's a really bad thing. Potentially kind of fucks the engine up. If it's actual, I mean, obviously if it's just like, soft dirt, like mud or whatever, then maybe not. But if it's an actual like grain of grit or something like that, then it's going to obviously scrape the bores to smithereens. So that's pretty important to put those in there. So that's the underneath of the throttle body. As you can see, some of the rubbers came with the top with the throttle body, and some of them stayed on the engine, and that's basically because of to do with which screws I was able to access. Even with a long screwdriver, it's quite awkward to access these screws. You have to go in sort of through there, and the screwdriver has to go that way for the back ones and that way for the front one. In fact, actually, the front ones I think I got under here. Yeah, the front ones I managed to undo from like that gap where the radiator was. So it was a little bit awkward, it was a little bit fiddly, but I managed to get it done and it's off now. So basically, the next step is to get the injector loom off, which is the whole point of removing the throttle body. So this is it here. You can see that's the connector that goes onto the throttle position indicator or sensor, whatever it's called. And then you've got bits that go on to, I can't actually find them now. I found them before. There's like bits that plug onto the injectors. Can't actually see them. Where are they? I don't know why I'm not seeing them, but anyway, yeah, they're in there somewhere. Everything is kind of a bit compact and awkward to get at, but that'll be the next step, is to remove that loom. So I'll get that done at some point, either today or tomorrow, depending how things go. And then this is the new, well, I say new, it's not actually new, it's second hand, injector loom. Okay, so that's the plug that goes onto the main loom. It's all pretty clean and good condition, although it's not actually refurbished. It seems pretty straight. It's a decent loom. It's a decent kind of injector loom. So here you've got the 4 black plugs that go onto the injectors. See, that's them. They're even numbered. See, for example, what's that? 3. So that's for the 3rd cylinder. 4, and then you've got those 2 there, and that's something else. That's something else as well. So you've got these like grey plugs that go onto kind of sensors and what have you, and then you've got a white plug. I'm not sure what that goes on to. I have to figure that out somehow. You've got number 2 injector there, and number 1 somewhere. So that's it basically. So it's obviously it's a lot smaller than the rest of the loom. Should be relatively straightforward to get it on. So I'll try and get that done sometime tomorrow, and once that's done and I've cleaned up inside there, then I can get the throttle body back on, and then at some point I can start putting the loom back on. Right, that's grand. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.